Hi, I'm Charlie,
And I'm Collin.
and today we're going to be answering FLL's questions on the internet.
So, first off, r/FLL, the Reddit community. And let's see on r/FLL what questions people have. Alright, question. Where the robot can and have to go back. Let's do the upvote. Alright, I thought until a few days ago the robot had to go back into the launching area, but watching a judge video, I discovered it can go back to the big inspection area. What I don't understand is if it needs to go back to the big inspection area, or if it can go to launching area. This is a pretty easy one. I think you could take this.
So the robot always has to go back into the inspection area. Then you can grab the robot and actually place it back into the launching area. You cannot grab the robot in the launching area, or you will take a penalty point.
Alright, so let's look for some other questions. This looks like a good one.
For safety factor, would this be considered independent as the building itself isn't resting
On it, if we leave it on the mat. Oh, so it looks like they are, they have something that's kind of balancing out these blue beams.
Oh, yeah.
See that there? So, I think that, so, yeah, as the building itself isn't resting on it, if we leave it on the mat.
Yeah, as long as the building's not touching those, they're independent. But as soon as the building touches those,
Yeah, but the building's not going to get
Oh,
any
I
points.
see. So the building is touching
it's
those
on
three
those
right
three,
there.
yeah.
So that's independent.
So as far as the beams are not touching the right attachment here, that would be a fine attachment to use in a game.
Yeah.
So that would be considered legal and scoring. Alright, so let's look for some other questions. Stacking questions. Here we go. Oh, stacking questions are really fun to figure out. This counts as one stack or two stacks. The stacks are independent and do not lean on one another. Oh, so that's an interesting... So they aren't actually...
They're not no, that's
Yeah.
considered two stacks
Yeah.
because as long as the buildings aren't as long as the tops of the stacks aren't touching bottoms of other stacks, they are considered independent from each other. So those two stacks are two stacks that can be pulled apart from each other, which means that they're two different stacks and they're not considered only one tower, which is a smart idea on their part.
So, because there is not a building that is directly resting on top of another, nor do the two stacks support each other's weight, that would indeed be considered fully legal. So now we're going to answer some questions on the first forum. This is split up into separate parts of programming, core values, project, and I believe there are some other categories too. So we're going to be looking through those for some good questions that we can answer.
Okay, let's find a good question.
Yeah, how about... I want to answer a question about EV3 dev, I think. So I'm fairly sure... Yes, it is legal. So, this is a question about using alternative programming languages on your robot. And this is actually different this year. Last year, you were only allowed to use the EV3 software and a select few other pieces of programming software. However, this year, you are allowed to use really anything that you want.
Yeah, you can use any programming language that you want to use that is compatible with EV3. So that includes languages like Scratch, Python, EV3, and the soon-to-come-out language of Spike Prime.
This is actually a change from last year, and it is allowed.
Okay.
Alright, let's look for some other ones. Changing speed without stutter. I think this is a really useful one.
Yeah, a deacceleration or acceleration is really important because it will make your motor rotations much more accurate.
So we're going to just say here, it's really useful to use a accelerator, a smooth accelerating or decelerating program. And this really helps to make sure that your robot is not kind of being like jogged back and forth when it starts to go smoother. It's a much slower, smoother transition. And you can write this code in such a way that once it's at the desired speed, it just stays there. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have any specific questions that you'd like us to answer, you can always email us at brickwolves@gmail.com. And if you ask something on the r/FLL or the actual first LEGO League forums, there's a chance we might answer it, and there are certainly other helpful people on there.
If you have any questions that are like really, really technical, you can actually send an email to the FLL game support, link in the description, and what they will do is they'll answer any of your questions, and we've emailed them a couple times, and their answers come really fast and they're really precise, which is really awesome.
Remember to check out our social media on Twitter, Reddit, and hopefully Instagram soon, and subscribe to the Brickwolves YouTube channel for more content.